Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Rashee Rice pled guilty. That court proceeding is over with, and the NFL is going to be ready to make their move in suspending Rashee Rice. I want to give you guys just some updates on how this process works so we can all be aware and everyone knows how the NFLPA will get involved with this too. So Rice pled guilty to 2 third-degree felonies. He was racing on a highway in Dallas, going almost 120 miles per hour. That racing resulted in a collision involving serious bodily injury, and the crash injured 6 other vehicles, so that damaged 6 other vehicles, and Rice fled the scene. Terrible look. Rice pled guilty in this case, and he has been sentenced to serve 30 days in jail at any point in time during his 5-year probation period. So Rice worked with his lawyer. They agreed to 30 days jail time, and he can serve that at any time during his 5-year probation period. He also has to pay $115,000 in restitution, and he has also had some claims against him to cover medical expenses for people who were injured in that accident, and he has not pushed back against those. He has paid for those medical expenses. So the NFL right now is reviewing under its personal conduct policy and considering how they should suspend Rashee Rice given the outcome and the results of that guilty plea. Now, the NFL usually goes back over time and they look at precedent. They want to see what had happened in the past whenever something similar happened, because they have negotiations with the NFLPA, and if there's precedent for a situation or some suspension that's about to come out, they will use that to back up their argument for why they justify X games of suspension. So if they want to say it's 6 games that they want to suspend Rashee Rice, they need to have something to back that up. There are very few similar cases to what happened to Rashee Rice last year that also happened to NFL players within the last 10, 15, 20 years. The most similar happened back in 2015 when Sheldon Richardson was caught street racing going 140 miles per hour in Missouri while also running from the police. Amazingly, Sheldon Richardson did not receive a single game of suspension. He was not suspended a single game for doing that. He was fined and given probation, and that was it. In 2009, Dante Stallworth committed DUI manslaughter, killing a pedestrian. He was suspended the entire 2009 season by Roger Goodell. In 2007, Adam Pac-Man Jones had multiple felony charges with weapons possessions and shootings involved as well back in 2007, and he was suspended for the entire 2007 season. I don't think this is very close to what Rashee Rice did. Yes, he has multiple felonies, but this was not a weapons charge. He was not intentionally trying to hurt anybody, but he did hurt somebody. It's a little bit different intent. Last year, you have Chris Henry. Back in 2007, he was arrested for DUI and assault, and he was suspended for 8 games. So if you're Roger Goodell, you go back and you look at this precedent for these other players who are in somewhat similar situations, and you kind of ask yourself, what can I justify to the NFLPA for a suspension? And that might not even be what Roger Goodell does. Roger Goodell might think, I think 12 games is what we should, how long we should suspend Rashee Rice for, if I could talk. And if Roger Goodell says, I want 12 games, the NFLPA will come back and say, well, Sheldon Richardson in 2015 did something somewhat similar, just without any injuries, and he wasn't suspended a single game. We think you should suspend Rashee Rice for 4 games. And so the NFLPA and the NFL have a disagreement. And if this happens, they will then hire a third-party arbitrator who will come in and review the case, and they will make an unbiased decision of how long this suspension should be. The way I think this is going to pan out, I think the NFL is going to suggest 8 games. I think the NFLPA is going to suggest much fewer, maybe somewhere between 2 and 6 games. Since this is a first offense, the NFLPA and the NFL also take into account the other circumstances around the case. So Rashee Rice has paid fines. He has pled guilty. He has helped the people who have had medical bills through their claims, their circuit court claims. He has not fought any of those. He has also kept his nose clean so far. All those things kind of come into the equation with how the NFLPA wants to negotiate this. So if I was a betting man, I would almost guarantee that this suspension for Rashee Rice will fall between the 4 and 6 game range. I would be very surprised if it was 8 games. I think 4 or 6 is about right. Now's your chance down in the comments how long you think Rashee Rice's suspension will be. Let me know in the comments. And as always, thanks for stopping by while I'm bringing it up. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't done so already and subscribe. We love you here at RGR Football. But I also want to talk about just the humanity of this situation. Rashee Rice was in the wrong. Thank God no one got killed a year ago. Not just because of football, but because there are some things that are far more important than football. And I am grateful that Rashee Rice has done what he can do to help the families who were injured in that crash to try to make the wrong right. He can never take back his actions, but he can work on tomorrow. I also like that Rashee Rice has not gotten into any further trouble. That's going to matter to the NFLPA. So there are many things involved with this case, but as of now, I think most likely outcome, Rashee Rice will face a 4-game or 6-game suspension. The NFLPA is going to negotiate with the NFL to reduce the sentence because that's what the Players Union does. An arbitrator will be brought in, and then they will be used to set that final suspension amount. And as far as timeline goes, right now, we've got training camp. We've got about a month and a half before the NFL season starts. Wow, I can't believe I'm saying that. Is that enough time for arbitration to happen and the league to get a verdict on this? I don't know. It could be a situation where the Chiefs play 2 or 3 games to start the season, and then the arbitration is finished. Then Rashee Rice serves as a suspension. But as of now, Rashee Rice is in training camp, and he is doing whatever he can to help the Chiefs team win. And hopefully he can get a suspension, correct his life, do his jail time, which I 100% think he should have had to have done jail time because of the crime that he committed, and hopefully he learns his lesson. I think that's the most important thing in this circumstance, is that Rashee Rice learns his lesson. We were all young once, and many of us made mistakes, and many of us got second chances, and many of us made good on those second chances. You're looking at one of them right here now. So I don't think what Rashee Rice did was good, but I also want to give him a second chance and hope he can make good on it. But that's it for this video. I also want to give myself a pat on the back. Last week I said I thought that George Karlaftis was going to ink a deal soon because it made a lot of sense to me. And I also thought the value would be about $23 million per year. He signed that contract, and what do you know? It was $22 million average per year. I was pretty close. It's a really good value for the Chiefs, and it gave George Karlaftis that payday he was looking for. So every once in a while, a broken clock is right twice a day. The broken clock got it right last video. But that's it. This is Gary signing out. Hope you all have a good rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. Y'all take care.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more and subscribe to RGR Football.